Hey guys, BEC Plumbing here. So this is kind of a video kind of asking for advice and maybe just kind of like an explanation a little bit about the 1992 Kohler Kingston that y'all might not have actually know. But this is my Sloan regal flush valve. I've had this flush valve for years, or flushometer, whatever you choose to call it. I've had this flushometer for years. And this valve is stuck, and I can't get it to open any further because the screw is stuck. And I have tried using WD-40 to get it to loosen, and as you can see, it's stuck pretty good, and it's not stuck very. It's only open a tiny bit, as you can see. I don't know, and I want some advice on maybe how to fix this, or if I just need to get a new shut-off valve entirely. And I'm hoping I can just repair this. If any of y'all had this issue, could someone please give me advice on how to repair this? Because like, I would greatly appreciate that. Or if I just need to get a new valve entirely, if someone could tell me that, I would greatly appreciate that. Could you just, if someone could tell me, like, just leave it in the comments below, I would greatly appreciate it. You don't have to leave anything in the comments, but if someone could tell me whether I just need to get a new shut-off valve or if I can fix this one somehow, and how to fix it, I greatly appreciate that. Another thing I have to ask about is with the flushometer setup I'm making. Should I go with a 10-gallon, a 10 to 15-gallon pressure tank, or just a full-on 20-gallon pressure tank? Because I'm trying to, because I have about a $150 budget for this, and I'm wondering if I got like a 10-gallon pressure tank, would it cut the flush short on my Kohler Kingston water guard? Because at one point I tried to flush this thing off of a 5-gallon pressure tank, which I think I still have my 5-gallon pressure tank, but I used the 3.5-gallon diaphragm on the 5-gallon, and what would happen is it would cut the flush slightly shorter. And it is and so I would yeah, and so I was wondering if I got like a 10 to 15 gallon pressure tank, if it would cut the flush short, or if I'd have enough water for it to flush at a decent pressure. So yeah, I just wanted, if y'all could give me advice, or if I should just go with a 20-gallon pressure tank altogether. If someone could give me advice on this, I would greatly appreciate that, because I actually have built a flushometer setup before with a 20-gallon pressure tank, but the issue was when I went to, it sat for like 5 months, and I went to use it again, the 20-gallon pressure tank, and it actually wasn't holding pressure anymore. So every time I flushed it, it was getting stuck. It wasn't flushing, so that was an issue. And so then I just went back. My original flushometer setup from years ago, before I even had a YouTube channel, was a sump pump, which is what you saw in that video of this toilet flushing, and in the video of the crane curtain flushing. I had gone back to that after my 20-gallon pressure tank broke. I went back to using that sump pump because that was the only effective setup. Because the 20-gallon pressure tank stopped holding pressure, and I was wondering if maybe y'all could give me advice on how to prevent that from happening, on maybe maintaining the flushometer setup. I greatly appreciate that, too, because I don't think I really maintained that 20-gallon pressure tank properly, so I think that's why it stopped holding pressure. It wasn't sharp. Because I tried charging it with air to like see if maybe the pressure would increase, and it still wasn't increasing, and it was like, it just wasn't increasing. And so, like, it was just a real annoyance. That's one thing. And, yeah. This is just mainly video kind of asking for advice, and if y'all guys could give me advice on a lot of this, I would greatly appreciate it. What I've seen most of the time for people in the toilet community making flushometer setups, what I've seen most of the time was a 20-gallon pressure tank, which is probably what I'm going to do if I have enough money to buy all the pipes and the pressure tank. Because my 20-gallon pressure tank I originally got was like $113, I think. I'm probably going to get one about the same price. And if it's too expensive, I'll probably just get a 14-gallon pressure tank. But anyways, also, one thing y'all might not have known about my 1992 Kohler Kingston water guard is when I got this toilet, it had actually never been used once before. No one had ever used this toilet. It was brand new, old stock when I got it. One thing y'all might not have known about it, I bought it. It was brand new, old stock. And actually, Vintage Kohler has a 1989 Kohler Kingston water guard that has the same logo as mine, except his is a back spud, mine's a top spud toilet, and mine's from 1992, but the same toilet basically. And yeah, and this one, I got this one new old stock, by the way. It's still working pretty good. I mean, yeah, it has a crack in it from one, and a chip in it because some imbecile banged it up. They backed it. I think they accidentally, like, at the storage building, they had this trailer sitting right by it, and I think they accidentally hit it with the trailer when they were backing it in, which is not that big of a deal because this doesn't affect the functionality. I'll just have to get, I still have the chunk that broke off. I'll just have to get some epoxy and fix it. It kind of annoys me that that happened though, but at the same time, it's not a huge deal. I can fix it pretty easily. In fact, this is more of an issue than that, but I fixed this crack pretty good, and that crack shouldn't be an issue anymore. I plan to fix this crack up even better, and then paint over it and fix it up, like, and maybe I'll paint over this crack and it will be like it wasn't even there. You can see just how much bigger the siphon jet on a Kohler Kingston water guard is than the 1.6 Kohler Kingston. Like, actually, one thing y'all might not have known about me is ever since I was like 5 or 6 years old, the Kohler Kingston water guard has been like one of my favorite toilets, and for a while it was my favorite toilet. And this is like ever since I was 5 or 6 years old, and it's been great to have one in my collection, and I plan to keep this toilet for as long as I can. And this is a pretty awesome toilet. Like, this is the only wall hung, not to mention this is the only wall hung toilet I have in my collection, and it's epic. So yeah. Anyways, that is it. Thank you for watching.